The next day, I decided to be a responsible, mentally stable person and fix my brain with the most powerful medicine known to humanity: books. Also, the Wi Fi at home dies every 10 minutes, so there's that. It's Saturday. No school, no homework I am emotionally capable of touching, no parents at home asking why I look like I didn't sleep at all. Mom's doing an extra shift, dad is at some training or whatever. I don't even know, honestly. The apartment is quiet in that heavy way that makes the fridge sound like a jet engine. After my breakfast, bread, cheese with a hint of depression sauce, I sit down at my desk for 15 minutes trying to open a textbook, stare at the same paragraph 5 times, then slam it shut and stand up so fast my chair rolls into the wall. Okay, change of scenery. That's what people in articles say. When your mind is glitching, go somewhere else and pretend that a different background will fix it. There's a big public library in the city center. 4 floors, endless shelves, some cafe on the first floor with an overpriced coffee. I used to go there as a kid with mom on weekends, pick out random fantasy books with little boys and planets on the cover, and feel very smart. I haven't been in a while. Maybe if I sit there among actual paper and normal people, my brain will finally stop drawing imaginary corridors. The bus ride to library is usual. Old seats, cold window, someone at the back playing brain rot music too loud through a tiny crappy speaker. I watch the buildings slide by. At one point, between 2 blocks of flats, I swear I saw a row of stone arches that shouldn't be there, like the beginning of a medieval bridge, but when I blinked, it was just a construction fence with an ad on it. My heart did a little double beat and then pretended that nothing happened. Get a grip, I mumbled into my scarf. The library is the same as I remember. Big glass front, wide steps, those heavy metal handles on the doors that make you feel important when you pull them. Inside, the air smells like paper, dust, and too many people's moisty winter coats. A security guard by the entrance gives me the standard board scan. Backpack, no visible weapons, probably not going to blow up a bomb in the reading room. I nod down back, like a law abiding citizen. On the ground floor, people are moving slowly between shelves, with their arms full of books. Someone's typing furiously at a computer. A kid is arguing with his dad about how many hours of playing Fortnite is too many. Everything is normal, and it almost works as the buzzing in my chest drops for a bit. I take the stairs up because the lift feels like cheating in a temple of knowledge, or whatever I am imagining to myself. Third floor, fiction. Rows and rows of shelves. Each one is way longer than my current attention span. I pick an aisle that looks quiet and walk in. Titles blur past my shoulder: crime, romance, historical drama. I trail my fingers along the spines of the books just to feel something real and solid. About halfway down, something slips. At first, I think it is just my balance. 1 second, I'm walking and thinking about nothing. The next, I feel like I've stepped onto a treadmill. The floor stretches, or the shelf does. Logically, I know this aisle is maybe 20 meters long, tops. It's always been like that, but I walk, and the end is nowhere near. The exit behind me feels far away, like I came down a tunnel instead of turning right from the stairs. I stop. The air around me is weirdly still, like someone pressed mute onto the whole world. I can't hear the kid downstairs anymore. No keyboards, no cuffs, just my own breathing and the quiet rustle of pages somewhere far off. Hello? I say quietly, but it sounds so loud in here. No answer. The hair on my arm stands up under my hoodie. I look at the books. That's when it gets properly wrong. Some of the titles are in languages I recognize: English, Russian, a couple in French from school, but in between there are spines with letters, symbols. They're not hieroglyphs, not runes, not anything like I've seen before. My brain doesn't put them in the total nonsense box. It's more like when you see a word in a language you kind of know and almost get the meaning, but not enough to be sure. My finger stops on a dark blue spine with silver writing. The letters twist as I look at them, trying to arrange them into something familiar. For half a second, I swear it said Darkwood. I blink. It slides into a different word that I can't catch. Okay, I tell the shelf. That's illegal, bro. I turn around to go back, to prove to myself that I'm being dramatic. The end of the aisle behind me is farther than it should be. So is the start. The overhead light has a slightly different color now, less yellow, more of a soft white. No flicker. I walk faster. No music, no cuffs, no distant printer, just the sound of my sneakers on the floor, and even that gets swallowed oddly fast. Excuse me? I call out, louder this time. Hello, is there... When I reach what should be the cross aisle, there is no cross aisle, just more shelves. The side row that should cut this one is gone, replaced by more books, more strange, not quite readable titles, more of that swallowing quiet, more doors. I think stupidly, and then correct myself. Shelves. Shelves. Not doors. Doors are in my dreams. My heart starts speeding up. I grab the next corner and turn left blindly, just to go anywhere that is not the straight line of no exit. The new aisle looks exactly the same. Copies of copies. I try the opposite direction. Same thing. I spin in a slow circle. The rows go on in every direction, perfectly straight, perfectly even, like someone copy-pasted one piece of library and forgot to stop. Right, I say with my voice wobbling. You are dreaming, clearly. Any second now, the math teacher will start lecturing in the next aisle and the lights go out. Not completely, it's like someone turned the whole floor down a few notches. No hard cut to black, just dimmer, softer. The light seems to come from nowhere specific now, not from the lamps in the ceiling. The air smells different too, less dust and people, more old. Like paper that has been around long enough to forget who printed it. I swallow. My throat is dry. Somewhere between the shelves ahead, a small round lamp flares into being. A floating, glass-covered thing, like an old-fashioned lantern without a handle. Then another glows farther down. Then another. They are not hanging from anything, they just drift. A little, like gold white fireflies the size of apples. They light up a path. No joke. A clear trail of light appears down one of the aisles, stretching into the distance. The other rows stay in that soft, shadowy half-light, but this one invites, or demands. Depends on how paranoid you are. I stand there for a long second, trying to convince myself to step away, to turn around, to yell until a very annoyed librarian appears and tells me to shut up. Instead, I do the obvious dumb thing everyone in cliché horror movies does. I follow the lights. The further I walk, the more the library changes. The shelves get taller, the wood darker, the modern metal tags with fiction A to C, fiction D to G disappear, replaced by small plates with more of those almost recognizable symbols. Some sections hold books that are bigger than my torso, bound in leather that looks like it came from animals nobody on earth has ever met. Others carry thin, colorless volumes that might be made of plastic or glass or something in between. The path keeps going. The world beyond the shelves has dissolved completely. I can't hear the city, can't feel the building anymore. There's only this place now, wrapped around me like a maze. And underneath the fear, under the dizziness, something else grows. Recognition. Not the kind where you go, oh hey, I've been here with mom, but the deep, wrong kind. The kind that says, you know this place from another life. At some point, I stop seeing how this connects to the Earth Library at all. There is no emergency exit sign, no green running man sign, exit this way, no soft beep of barcodes being scanned. Whatever doorway I came through is gone. And if I turned back right now and sprinted, I have the sick feeling I would just run in loops between the same few rows. Nice, I mutter. Very user-friendly system. The last lantern on the path floats a little higher than the others, marking an opening between two shelves. Beyond it, the space widens. A broad aisle stretches left and right, crossing the one I have been walking. The ceiling here is higher, lost in shadow. The shelves form a kind of crossroads. In the middle of that crossing stands a silhouette. For a moment I think it is a statue. The figure is so completely still, outlined against the pale glow of more drifting lights behind her. Yeah, her. I can tell even at a distance from the way she holds herself. Weight on one leg, arms loose at her sides, but not relaxed at all. Coiled, ready. My footsteps slow without me telling them to. My heart is loud enough now that I'm sure whoever it is, she can hear it. The air here feels thicker, like a whole building is holding its breath. I take 3 more steps. The nearest lantern to me drifts aside a little, giving a clearer view. It is a girl. Maybe my age, maybe a bit older, hard to tell from here. Long hair, bright copper, almost glowing in the soft light. Not the warm, soft orange, more like polished metal, sharp and deliberate. She is wearing some kind of dark coat that falls nearly to her knees, with a high collar. Her boots are planted like she dares the floor to move. She has her back to me at first. Then, without any hurry, she turns. Her face is clear, pale, sharp at the edges. High cheekbones, thin mouth, eyes that cut straight through the distance. Green, brown, both depending on how the light hits. There's a small scar at the corner of her lip, like someone once split it and it healed slightly unevenly. The girl looks me up and down once, not like a normal person checking if I'm weird, more like a mechanic checking of what parts of an engine are about to fail. The air around her seems bent a tiny bit. The floating lights keep a careful distance as if they know better than to get too close. When she speaks, her voice hits me like a slap of cold water. Took you long enough, Max.